only are you honored for being a past president of Sisterhood and a present 1/8 of a president of Sisterhood, and for all the tasks that you performed in the many years that you belonged to the temple. But I want to honor you especially because you're my friend, and I love you very much. And I'm sure everybody else sitting here today loves you as well. It says so right there. I wish I could be with you today to honor my mother. And although I'm not here physically, I'm thinking of her now. I'm very proud of my mom. It's kind of fun to say I'm proud of her for a change, because my whole life she's always said she's been proud of me, whether my accomplishments have been big or small. I figured out how you know your mother loves you. She loves you when she wakes you up with a phone call every Sunday morning, like my mother has for the last 10 years, ever since I moved out of the house. The first thing she'll say is, "Oh, Steve, did I call too early again?" And I'll answer sarcastically, "No, Mom, I've been awake for hours." I have to ad-lib here. Don't call him today because he didn't wife. One of her favorite conversation topics is current temple activities. She'll tell me about a wonderful weekend at the Falls View, or she'll give me a review of the off-Broadway hit Temple Tantrums, or she'll tell me about some charitable event for raising money for the temple. Then I'll hear about which of your children is getting married, or who is having a baby. So you see, I know about all of you. The point I'm trying to make is that my mother loves the temple, and all of you very special people who are Temple Sholom. My mother is much like her parents, Marsha and Marsha. My grandparents were from Europe, and although they did not have much material things, they had more than $1 million in their hearts. Grandpa Marsha would give a stranger his last nickel, and Malka, well, she is just like you, Mom. When I was little and we lived in Brooklyn, I remember my grandma would go across the street to the Jewish hospital and feed the sick patients in the evenings. As many of you know, my mom is a nurse. Professionally, she took care of patients in hospitals, but outside work, she took care of sick people who couldn't get to the hospital and gave them shots of special medicine. My mom is always there when you need her. She's just that way. If you know my mom, you'll know she's always been there for you, just like she's always been there for me for 29 years. It's so very deserving that you are honoring my mom at this breakfast. Mom, enjoy this day with your friends and our family, and remember, I'm always with you. In 2 weeks, you'll be flying to California, and I'll have you here for a month. And every day will be Marsha Lewis Day. Mom, I love you as much as any son could love the most terrific mother in the world. Stephen really knows what he's saying, and Marsha, it is our pleasure and privilege to be able to add our love, our devotion, and our thank you.